Good afternoon, friends. I am Dr. Sunil Sabnani. I am a dermatologist. I am currently practicing in Rajouri Garden in Delhi. I am a consultant of Soumya Skin Clinic, Rajouri Garden, New Delhi. So today we'll be talking about hair fall and hair care. So as hair fall, we all know, is become a common problem among all age groups, starting from children to young to adult and the geriatric age group. Hair fall is troubling everybody. So we'll focus on a few salient points about hair fall, what is common and what is good and what is bad, and some points we'll share on hair care so that we can take the care of our hair properly. Hair is an important part of our body because looks matter nowadays. If you are a student, you go in college, or you're going for a job, or you are practicing as a consultant, or you are doing your work in business, you're in corporates. So everybody focuses on looks, both for men and for women. Generally it was thought that only hair care is important in women earlier, but now men also need to take care of your hairs because of importance of looks in day-to-day activities and day-to-day work. Hair fall is described as falling of hairs. Some falling of hairs is normal, and some people regard up to 50 and some regard up to 100 hairs falling in a day is normal. In general, as we can take up to 50 to 60 hairs if they are falling in a day is okay, it's normal, because hair has a cycle. There are three main phases of hair cycle. So one is anagen, one is catagen, and one is telogen. In anagen the hair bulb grows, and then in catagen it becomes stationary, and in telogen it falls. There are other subdivisions of these categories, but we won't go into details. You can see my website, or you can see other videos for that. So what happens during hair fall is mainly the hair shifts from its anagen cycle to catagen or telogen cycles. So that's the falling phase of the hair cycle, and suddenly, because of some reasons, lot of hairs start going into telogen phase. First they enter into catagen phase, which is the stationary phase, and then into the telogen phase. So this type of hair fall is known as telogen effluvium, and this occurs as a response to lot of conditions. There can be physical stress, it can be due to mental stress, it can be as a consequence of lot of diseases, like for example post typhoid, post chickenpox, then post dengue, post chikungunya, which we are seeing nowadays. It can be also due to post pneumonia attacks. So it can be due to any disease which has occurred to the body, and that is creating physical stress to the body. So this is a reaction of the physical stress to the body. So we call it telogen effluvium. So in most of the cases there is nothing to worry about, because this hair fall is temporary and it sheds away and it heals on its own. It takes around 1 to 3 months, up to sometimes 6 months also. But if you feel that your hair fall is more than 50 to 60 per day, so you should consult a dermatologist, and then he will help you out for that. Then next comes in the hair fall, in the telogen effluvium comes physical conditions like hypothyroid, or people who have uncontrolled diabetes and are facing a protein loss. They can also have these kind of issues. Then we come to other types of hair falls conditions like anagen effluvium, which is commonly seen in cancer patients after they have undergone chemotherapy, or per se due to the condition itself, in which the hairs in the anagen phase start losing, And this can be easily differentiated by your dermatologist when you come to the clinic by a simple test they can do, which is called as a trichogram. It can be easily differentiated, and then the treatment can be given accordingly. Again, there is nothing to worry about. It is controllable and 100% treatable, but it takes a little time, up to 3 to 6 months. Then it can occur postpartum also, after pregnancy, after delivery also it can occur. Up to 9 months post delivery, the hair fall can occur. It can occur if you have done hair styling activities, parlor activities. It can occur because of those also, and it has been seen sometimes in some people that hair fall, telogen effluvium continues up to 1 year after a hair care treatment had been done, like rebonding has been done. It continues sometimes up to 1 year post the treatment. Then it can also occur because of as a side effect of certain medications, can be allopathic, Ayurvedic. So you can always consult a dermatologist about it. You can personally visit the clinic, and we can help you about it. Then we come to the hair care. Hair care is very, very important, as skin care is important. For that, I like to explain first that we categorize hair as 2 types of hairs generally: dry hairs or oily hairs. So dry hairs is some which you can see in which the natural tendency of the scalp forming the oil is less. If the person does not wash the hairs with shampoo also for 1 week, he doesn't feel the scalp oily. And then there can be another oily type of hairs in which the scalp is oily, and the oily scalp transmits the oil to the hairs, and even if the person does not wash for 1 day, it appears that he has applied oil on the hairs. And then there can be a type which is in between these two. So having this knowledge, we can go further for the hair care. If the person has dry hairs, he should use oils and oil-based creams for hair care. If the person has oily hairs or a combination in between the two, so he should use shampoos to remove the oil, excess sebum which is forming on the scalp. Then this is the first step of hair care. Then you should avoid hard brushes. You should avoid brushes or combs which are very close set. You should always use a wide comb tooth brush or a comb, wide teeth comb for hair care. You should always avoid gels and sprays, because they might give a tendency of accumulating the keratin of the hairs together, and also they give a tendency to premature canities, which is premature graying of the hairs. So we should always avoid those kind of styling gels and aerosols. Then you should never comb when your hair is wet. Just immediately after bath, you should avoid combing immediately. You should wait for 5-10 minutes, let the excess water go away, and then you should comb. You should never blow dry with a very hot blow dryer. You can use normal temperature blow dryer. You should avoid hot blow dryers. You should always use a shampoo which is very mild. For oily type of hairs and scalp, you should use a little harder type of a shampoo. And for dry type of person they should use a milder shampoo. And the frequency of the shampooing also depends on your type of scalp, so you can find it yourself. For the oily persons, twice a week or thrice a week they should use the shampoo. You should not use shampoo daily, even if you have very oily hairs, because accumulated loss occurs of hairs after few months or years. If the shampoo has been used for months and years, it can cause hair damage. So the shampoo, even if your hair is oily or your scalp is oily, you should do it not more than thrice a week. And in dry type of scalp and hairs, you should use it once a week or maybe once in 15 days. You can use some conditioners. If you don't have dandruff, you can use conditioners. Conditioners are again of many types. Generally, good conditioners are silica based. So silica based conditioners are better than others. So you should prefer those. But again, if you have dandruff, so you should avoid silica based conditioners altogether. Then there are a lot of hair masks and hair creams available now to take care for long hair, especially in women. So you can use that. And in those cases, you don't need a shampoo to use it before. You can use a shampoo before, you cannot use, you can use it without a shampoo also. And in those cases, you have to keep for 5 to 10 minutes. A very important point is oil. Coconut oil is supposed to be the best oil for hairs among all the other oils. You can use other oils also, but coconut oil is supposed to be the best. There have been studies, there have been material which shows that coconut oil is the best among all the oils. Generally, if you don't have dandruff, you should keep it overnight. But if you have dandruff, you should keep it only for half an hour to 1 hour, and you should use it very seldomly, maybe once in 15 days. So that is all about the hair care we are going to discuss today. Next we'll follow. Thank you.